Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. We're going to read some scripture, but since the drinking of wine thing got a few people twisted, we got to read a little bit, and I guess I'm going to have to help plant the seeds. So, now, remember, I'm not condoning anything. I'm just reading what the scripture says. And, I'm not talking about drunkards. Someone that relies on drinking all the time, you need to get off. Let's just get into this. Let's do all these little pieces. First one, Deuteronomy 14, 22 through 26. Deuteronomy 14, 22 through 26. Be sure to set aside a tenth of all that your fields produce each year. Eat the tithe of your grain, new wine, and olive oil, and the firstborn of your herds and flocks in the presence of the Lord your God at the place he will choose as a dwelling for his name, so that you may learn to revere the Lord your God always. But if that place is too distant and you have been blessed by the Lord your God and cannot carry your tithe because the place where the Lord will choose to put his name is so far away, then exchange your tithe for silver and take the silver with you and go to the place the Lord your God will choose. Use the silver to buy whatever you like, cattle, sheep, wine, or other fermented drink, or anything you wish. Then you and your household shall eat there in the presence of the Lord your God and rejoice. Now, we're going to skip across, because I had to do the digging for certain people. Okay, Psalms 104, 14 through 15. He makes grass grow for the cattle and plants for people to cultivate, bringing forth food from the earth, wine that gladdens humans' hearts, oil to make their faces shine, and bread that sustains their hearts. Okay, next. The one I read that everyone freaked out on. We're going to read it again. Listen, my son. Listen, son of my womb. Listen, my son. Listen. The answer to my prayers. Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings. It is not for kings, Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, not for rulers to crave beer, lest they drink and forget what has been decreed and deprive all the oppressed of their rights. See what happens to the kings and leaders? They get all messed up and don't know how to lead. But, here we go. Let's continue this. Let beer be for those who are perishing, wine for those who are in anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty, and remember their misery no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. Again, that was Proverbs 31, 2 through 9. All right, now, let's move on, because that was one that got everyone all twisted up, didn't it? Okay, now, here we are in Acclesiastes, Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, 7 through 10. Go eat your food with gladness, and drink your wine with a joyful heart, for God has already approved what you do. Always be clothed in white, and always anoint your head with oil. Enjoy life with your wife, whom you love, all the days of this meaningless life that God has given you under the sun. All your meaningless days. For this is your lot in life and in your toilsome labor under the sun. Whatever your hands finds to do, do it with all your might, for in the realm of the dead where you are going there is neither work, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom. All right. Next, we are going in Isaiah 55, 1 through 2. Come, all you who are thirsty, come to the waters. All you who have no money, come, buy and eat. Come, buy wine and milk without money and without cost. Why spend money on what is not bread, and your labor on what does not satisfy? Make your own, what it sounds like, don't. We'll continue. Here's this. Matthew chapter 11, 18 and 19. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he has a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say here is a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. But wisdom is proved right by her deeds. Woo, they even blame Jesus. I mean, ain't that something? Now, we're in John chapter 2, 1 through 10. On the third day, a wedding took place in Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine was gone, Jesus' mother said to him, "They have no more wine." "Woman, why do you involve me?" Jesus replied. "My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Nearby stood 6 stone jars, water jars, the kind used by the Jews for ceremonial washing, each holding from 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water," so they filled them to the brim. Then he told them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet." They did so, and the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine. He did not realize where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew. Then he called the bridegroom aside and said, "Everyone brings out the choice wine first, and then the cheaper wine, after the guests have had too much to drink. But you have saved the best till now?" Wow. Shame. How this world has turned. Okay, now we're in 1 Timothy. And yes, this is the last one I got. Let's see. We'll just go 1 Timothy chapter 5, number 23. We'll just do 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 23. "Stop drinking only water and use a little wine because of your stomach and your frequent illnesses." So there's a lot of being merry, not over drinking. Even Jesus was called a drunkard because he took a drink of wine. Wow. Fermented. What the Christian brothers, stop it. We do not need to be arguing like that. Scripture is scripture. You cannot pick and choose. There's scripture there too. I'll bring that on the reasons why not to drink. Right now, this is the reason why it's okay if you have a glass of wine with someone, or it's okay to have a beer or any fermented drink, but not be drunk. Don't lose faith because of alcohol. Don't lose your path because of alcohol. Don't get all puffed up and bullied or getting someone else drunk just to see them naked. That's in scripture too. Hey, I love y'all. I'll talk to you soon. And I'm going to keep pushing, standing firm. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. And I love y'all, and I'll talk to you soon.